I'm Claire Nicole and I work at Voisin Law. As a lawyer who deals with wills and estate matters, I quite often get asked, how do I go about making a will? And it's really quite a simple process. I think people quite often get put off by lawyers and legal jargon and concerns about fees. But as I say, it really isn't that complicated. It's quite simple to pick up the phone to a law firm. Many of our local law firms have information on their websites about what you need to consider, instruction sheets. So really, for our purposes, we would say to people who are concerned and who are being put off by things, please don't delay. Pick up the phone, Google how to make a will in Jersey, and you'll find all the information there.
My name is Simon Lofthouse. I'm Head of Private Client at Corbett Le Quesne. It's fairly simple to make a will in Jersey. You would usually contact a law firm to make an appointment for a meeting where you would meet the lawyer to discuss the gifts you would like to make in your will. The lawyer will then prepare a draft will for you for your consideration to check that they have understood your wishes correctly. You would then read through the draft will, make sure it does comply your wishes, and then the lawyer will finalise the will and meet with you to sign the will.
I'm Michelle Leverington and I work at BCR Law. To make a will, it needs to be in writing. You need to have your name on it and you need to have a date on it so that it can be checked that it's the last document that you've prepared, and you need to be very clear as to who you're leaving things to and what you're leaving them.
So the question of fees is always an issue for people. No one likes going into a law firm and spending money that they feel perhaps they don't need to do. In terms of how much a will costs, a basic will usually cost perhaps around £200. Matters get a bit more complicated because here in Jersey it's customary to have two wills, one will for your property, your freehold estate, and then a separate will for your movable estate. So that may seem slightly more expensive. A will for one person, you're looking at maybe £400, but these wills do get discounted. And I think the key message really is, whilst that may seem an expense now, the real thing is to bear in mind what may happen to your estate and to those you leave behind in future if things go wrong. In those circumstances, legal fees can be much more expensive than just setting out matters now and paying a fee of £200.
Costs to prepare a simple will usually start from approximately £300. If you have immovable property in Jersey, then you'll require two wills. A discount is usually given for a second will, and also if you are in a relationship with another person and doing wills together, further discounts are normally provided. If you are looking to leave a gift to charity, some law firms do offer either free wills or a discount.
A simple will, you should be paying between £200 to £300 for the will. If you're asking for more complex drafting to include things like trust provisions, then you would be paying more than that.
So I deal with a number of people every week talking about what their wishes are. And we usually consider with them whether they want to leave their estate to relatives, to friends, and more particularly to charities as well. It's a very simple matter to include a gift to a charity. And I think the key thing here is it doesn't matter how much you're leaving to a charity. It can be a small bequest, it can be a large bequest. And what's key really is that you are making that effort and that it's going to make a real difference to our local charities here in Jersey.
In order to include a charity in your will, you need to be very clear as to the charity's name. You would need to know the charity's registered number to help identify it, and you need to be clear as to the amount you're leaving them so that there's no queries when the gift comes to be dealt with.